So I'm glad to be on your couch, Anya. And let's start from the most common thing.
Yeah.
I will ask you, what do you think is the number one cause for frustration in training? The human, not the dog.
But one connects with another,
Ah.
but of course we know, because we know what we want to say, but in general, I think something that annoys us the most is that people think that dog have to do something, and it causes all problems in the world, because dogs don't naturally dance to music, don't catch a piece of plastic in the air, don't bend their spines in a perfect, shrimp while flying in the air. This is not something that they have to do. And like the biggest problem is that people think that dogs have to do something. To deserve the reward, they have to do something. To deserve, you have to deserve it.
And you should say thank you at the
You
end.
should say thank you. They should be thankful that
They
we
should be
treat them
thankful
well.
to us, yeah.
Yeah, this is something
No.
that really
Absolutely not.
you can
We
see.
should be thankful to them that they are willing to even try to do something what is so unnatural to them, and try to communicate with us when we are really lousy at communicating, even between ourselves as humans. And then we go to these dogs and we're like, do this and this and this and this and this, and we expect them to say yes sir.
Yes,
No.
and do it with a happy tail, happy eyes, a lot of speed, nice,
Wow.
like movement. The movement I want, but now I want something different because rules changed. Like, dogs are not understanding words that we say
Really?
unless we give them meaning, but they understand emotions.
Oh.
They understand tone of voice. So we have a huge range of tools that we can use to talk with dog in general.
Yes.
But we decide to just expect instead of talk.
Expectations.
Yes. Yes.
No, the thing, you give a lot of seminars, I give a lot of seminars, and we get to see a lot of people training their dogs. And I know that 99.9% of the times people will go into a sport, whether it's dog dance or frisbee or agility or like, doesn't matter sport, but we'll stick to dog dance and dog frisbee today.
Yes.
But it's like they go into the sport because they have a dog and they want to do something special with their dog to improve the bond, to improve the communication, to feel like they're doing something special together. And they start by loving their dog so much and saying like, I would like to do this with my dog. And then in the sport, somewhere along the way, people tend to forget the reason why they started.
Yes, it's very common. So my idea why it happens is, first, comparing yourself to others, regardless if it's a social media video or your friend who is sharing hobby with you, let's say passion, or your trainer who is telling you to do more and more because you are not enough or something like that. But I would risk to say that maybe 85% of times is just us comparing our level to others. And of course, we all have some dreams and goals, but this is something to remember, that this is just your side quest in life. Like, this dog is just here with you. You want him to be happy. You want to be happy with your dog. You started because you were impressed how much fun someone had with his dog. This was something that motivated you.
Something that got you emotional, something that made you feel. Like for me, when I started dog dance, I watched a video and I looked at that video and I cried and I said, that's what I want to do. Like, this is what I need to do,
Yeah.
It's dog sports are such an emotional thing to do because it involves really the most intimate relationship you have in life. Because imagine, even when you have a trainer, when he sees you training with your dog, he sees everything. He sees your weaknesses, he sees your strength, he sees the blind spots,
Yeah.
where you are sometimes not clear to your dog, or when your dog is not paying attention to you, or when your dog is telling you, you know what, you're not doing it good enough for me right now, so you have to try harder for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really hard to share this kind of intimacy, especially when you have a trainer or some people watching, and it makes you feel like everything is now like all the spotlights are on you, and somehow you need to handle it. And I think that's what's causing a lot of time people to make mistakes in training, especially when they are in front of people. Because imagine the amount of times you heard, when I'm training alone with my dog, it works better.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And then you're like, your trainer is watching you. How many times did you hear, I swear that all the throws I did until now were perfect, and the one that you looked at,
Yeah.
this one didn't work.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so much pressure to have on a human,
Yeah.
to feel that everyone is watching you right now.
Yeah. And I always tell to my students that the fact that they were able to have a session on seminar is already a lot, because this is super stressful, especially if your dog really struggles with lower motivation or some communication problem, or he's not something, just put something in this box, he's not
Bam, bam, bam.
So people feel sometimes even ashamed of that, but you come here to learn, you made this step, you traveled, you paid money,
took your time,
you looked at the event and said, okay, this is moment I want to do something, I want to change something. Like, you bought this place with your heart, probably,
for a good reason.
For a good reason. So of course people will watch you, but they want to learn too. You also watch other people work.
I always say it when I'm giving a seminar, that if you came to show me what you already know, it will be very hard to teach you. Because if you know something, you already know it.
Yeah.
But if you don't know something, it means that you can learn it.
Yes.
And then a lot of times when we are teaching, you can see the difference on a human and its dog during the session, because you can see that the human is suddenly putting aside this shame feeling, the expectations, like all these things that were bothering his mind when he was training the dog before. And suddenly he's standing in front of his dog and he's like, okay, I can do it for you. And I think that the moment that the person understands that he should do for his dog, and not that his dog should do for him, that's the moment where change is really starting.
Yeah. And when this person still thinks that the dog deserves reward only for work, only for success, only for being enough because he did something, this is very old school, very bad dog training that we fight every day. This is just the old mindset, and I really wish that people could change places with dogs from time to time.
It would be so nice. And then the dog will tell him, no, you didn't say the command on time, no dinner for you. No, you still didn't say the command on time.
You don't want to work for, I don't know, for grass? I will not feed you today, so you will be hungry next day. Maybe you will eat grass.
Can you imagine the person's face? Like, what?
No, grass. I hate grass.
Where's my steak?
No, you will eat grass because it's cheaper.
No, but it's really funny, because here is how I see it. Okay, the person gets a dog. Let's take it even to the next level. The person gets a dog for a specific sport.
It happens all the time.
Yeah, he went to the breeder, he checked the litters, he chose the puppy, he brought him home, he bought a kennel, he bought the fence, he bought the leash, he bought the collar, he bought the harness, he buys the food, he buys the toys, he buys the treats, the bones, like the frisbees to play with, the platforms, the equipment.
He's ready.
He's putting so much into training this dog for dog sports. And still, when it comes to the actual important thing, training your dog, communicating with your dog, explaining yourself to your dog, he is not able to do it because of ego.
Yes.
Because I'm already doing so much for you, Rexy. Why are you not just doing what I told you to do?
Yes.
You know?
And if eventually this dog will do something by accident, even maybe. He deserves only emotionless reward.
Good job. Here's your treat.
Don't eat too much.
And then you tell him, give them more treats. Make it with more
Yeah.
value. Why?
He don't deserve it. Mm-mm.
He only did one.
Yeah,
He only set one time.
yeah.
Why he deserve 5 treats for sitting
It was
one
not
time?
perfect.
But look, he's standing like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Why I should feed it? But this is the problem, because people are expecting some sort of perfection. They see what they see on, if it's social media, if it's in like the highest level of athletes, they see something and they're like, okay, this is the target. No,
This is
no,
how it should
no,
look.
no, 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 no. This is not the target. This
Mhm.
is what one person and his dog.
And you
it's
don't know what happened between 0 and 100.
Wow,
Yeah.
people look at rhythm and they see him doing what he's doing, whether it's a dance or a sequence or a trick, and they think that their dog should do just like he's doing.
Mm-hmm. This is the the example that they want to copy.
But it's not true, because if
Yeah.
they should be doing exactly what he's doing, so the dog should be an exact clone of rhythm and they should be an exact clone of me, because
Yeah.
the dog is not just the dog.
Would
And
you?
it's not just a system of
Yeah.
training.
Would you compare it to handwriting? Like everyone has his own character of handwriting. You can learn how to do the beautiful calligraphy, but this is always fake. You can use it in a special situations.
I will tell you what, I think that if we divide the dog sports
Mhm.
to dog handler, okay, so maybe someone can copy 100% exactly what you're doing or what I'm doing. They can imitate the communication system, they can imitate the body language, the posture,
Yeah.
the tonation, the
Movement.
movement. Like, okay, they can imitate it exactly, but the dog is not the same dog. So the reaction will never be the same reaction,
He
even
will not
between your
fit the
dogs.
frame.
You're the same handler.
Yeah.
All your dogs are working the same way.
No, of course
No.
not. I can try to force them, but one of them
Good
will
luck.
look terrible. I will feel frustrated. I will feel frustrated because if I ask my dog to do something that I do with another dog and their strong sides are not comparable,
It's never the same.
it's never the same.
It's never the same.
So we are really thinking about what something should look like, but I think people are missing the skill of creating the steps between 0 and 100, and
Or 0 and 10.
and yes, what I wanted to say is that sometimes 100 never happens.
Yeah.
Because you split and you suddenly go to a different direction because something was working only till 10.
Yeah.
And then you had to change the direction. So this is something that good trainer is learning through years. But just to learn how to create the steps, you have to start thinking with your heart. Surprise. To understand how to make it easier to understand for you, for your dog, and how to teach your dog what you even mean by that, and look at him with empathy, and to really like sit in his place for a moment. Because if we think about, I don't know, taking your hand, give me your hand, you understand it because I speak English, you speak English, but dog is not understanding this concept at all.
Tanya Taviliad.
Yeah, I don't know what she said.
Give me your hand.
Yeah.
Why you don't listen
Oh,
to me? Why?
I fight. You don't need to.
Why you're always against me?
You should be thankful. Yes. So was it natural for me to give you my hand?
No.
No, but I can do it for you. I was just not understanding the task.
Of course, because I was not clear. I was not communicating in a way that you can understand.
Yeah, so, and we are humans, so it should be a bit easier, and it wasn't. So if we sit and think about how dogs are analyzing world around us, they analyze it with movement, with sounds, with emotions. And why do we forget about it? Why don't we use it in our training?
I'm using it.
Of course
You're
you are.
using it. why most people are not using it. This is the question. And I think, first of all, because not everyone are aware of it.
Mm.
You know, and I will ask you even, something more. Do all the people you know have a trainer? Do all the people you know have someone who is there to tell them, wait,
Of course not.
you're pushing your dog, don't do it? Or they are telling him, you're in a good way, continue. Even if you don't see the result right now, it will come because you're doing it right.
Yeah.
The dog is learning to understand you. Don't rush it. Just don't change your system just because it's not working immediately. A lot of people, they don't even have that person, whether it's a trainer, a friend, someone who, like you said, share the same passion like them, someone to train with, that can tell them, I think that if you will do 1, 2, 3, it will work better. Or, I think that what you're doing already is working very nicely. It will just take time until it's ready.
Yeah.
A lot of times people are even, I will say, scared to train
Of
with
course.
someone else, whether it's because they don't want to show their weakness, or it's because they don't want to show what they're working on because they're afraid that someone will take it, the ideas, or something like this. And eventually the only thing that it causes is not making you more creative or better in what you're doing because no one can see your weaknesses. It just makes your relationship with your dog worse and worse and worse, because if no one can tell you what you're doing wrong, you're just gonna keep doing it wrong. If no one can take a look from outside, from the bigger picture, and tell you, hey, stop, you're doing something which is not good for your dog,
Yeah.
it will be a shame.
So what would be the advice for people who don't have access to a trainer like this in their neighborhood? Because I know many people who want to improve, but for example, they live far from you, or they know that they can have Zoom lesson, of course, but obviously 99% of the time they are their own trainer. They have to know how to do it, or think about what might happen, or something, and anything.
I would say, first of all, there are enough online communities where you can share videos and get feedback. This is number one. Number two, find a friend around you and train with a friend. Number three, take online courses. Number four, go to seminars. So you don't need to go to train every week very far from home, but once a month, once every 2 months, go to a seminar, find something.
Record yourself.
Record yourself. Wow. But you know what's the problem?
You have to see.
You have to see it on yourself.
Yeah.
This is the problem.
Yeah, but sometimes you are able to see bare minimum.
I think it's also about the level. Like when someone is just a beginner, he doesn't know what are the mistakes that he's taking. But if someone already has experience, for example, when I'm recording myself, I can see it and I'm like, this. Next session, I will be better.
Yeah.
But if I will take a person who started to work with his dog 1, 2, 3 months ago, and he doesn't know what are the rules of learning for dogs, or he doesn't know exactly what's the process that should be made, or how the trick should be taught, or how the sequence should be built, or how to remove the toy or the hand signals, or and he will film himself. He will just see a session.
Yeah.
He will not see why is my hand like this instead of like this.
Yeah.
He will not see the timing of saying the word after he did this movement or before he did them. Like, I think, especially as a beginner, you need someone who knows it, someone who can see it.
Okay, so second question. What do you think about being quite beginner and going to many different trainers at the same time?
I think it's about personality, first of all. And I would also say it's okay if you do it, but I would like that if someone is doing it, he will have at least one main trainer, someone who he trusts, someone who has already proven himself that he is able to take different types of people with different types of dogs, and like really showing that he can help this person with this dog, and this person with this dog, and this person with this dog. Like, okay, they don't need to be world champions because of him, but to have a good communication with the dogs, like that's all.
They treat dogs in a good way.
Yeah,
good.
So if you have that main person that is leading you, that is helping you to build a plan, and then he can tell you, you know, you need to work on 1, 2, 3, but this is not my strong point. So maybe you can go to have a lesson with this trainer. I know that this trainer can really help you with 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
You know, but then you come to the other questions, like, are people really able to recommend someone who is not themselves?
This is another sign of a good trainer, in my opinion. But also, I asked about that because I believe that it is needed to know a few perspectives. But first, when you learn these foundations and these basics, it might be difficult to take different perspectives and not get lost, because some people are teaching, I don't know, target in a different way.
Yeah.
Some people are doing it in a different
More
way.
shaping, more
Yes.
luring.
So if you go to one lesson on Monday and on the second lesson on Thursday, and both people tell you completely different things,
You will get confused.
yes.
But this is exactly why it's a matter of personality, because if you are able to understand that what someone is telling you is not like, it's not something that now you need to live by.
Yeah.
It's information, it's a method that this
Yes.
person is using and is helping him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it helped other people too. But the only thing what you should do with this information is take it, put it in a box, put it in your mind, and remember it for the moment that you may use it.
Yes.
You know, because not necessarily you will need to use it right now.
For
But
this dog, but maybe for the next dog.
yes, or maybe for this dog, but in 1 year.
Yeah.
And also, maybe you should use it right now, and you should come back to your trainer and tell him, you know, I've done this method with this trainer, and I think it's really good for my dog. What do you think? Oh, you know what? Actually, it's interesting. I didn't think about this method. I didn't know it. It's new for me too. I think it would be good for your dog. Let's try it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. But you know, these people that they go to a seminar and the trainer is telling them, now you do 1, 2, 3, and from this point on, that's it. We do 1, 2, 3. We don't remember anything we've done before. We don't remember anything we'll do
Any
after.
other method is stupid.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
No. You have different methods to do things. And yes, a trainer can have the methods he believes in. I have my methods. I believe in them.
Mm-hmm.
But to make those methods, you know, I went to so many trainers
Yeah.
for so long. And I trained with this person and this person and this person. And I learned from all of them how they teach the slalom. And then I learned from all of them how they teach the target
Yeah.
and how they teach this. Until eventually I could see, okay, if I do mix and match,
Yes.
I take a little
It
bit
will
of here,
work the
this from here,
best.
this from
Yeah.
here, this from here.
Yeah.
This is my method. And when I'm not sure about something, or when my students are not
Mm-hmm.
able to perform something by the method that I like to work in, I will say, okay, I have this list of other things what I learned during the time.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can use pam, 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 pam,
Yes.
pam.
Yes. So this is why you need to search for answers. Be curious about training methods. I noticed, because you know that I'm doing the frisbee for a long time, and I remember
Really?
every moment of European dog frisbee history, every milestone in communication or methods or something like that. And I remember how people were creating new method for something, and later they were changing it and making new one and changing it. And you know, sometimes things that were working 10 years ago right now sound a bit silly, because we grew, we have different idea. Dogs changed too through years. Like 15 years ago, our dogs were way less energetic and electric, because this was not the way people were breeding these days. So something just might not work anymore, and it's also good. That's why you need to refresh your knowledge and be curious and search for answers. And this is something that we do. I remember all of these methods, and I can open my box and search for a good answer. It's not a problem when you are the beginner and you open the box and it's nothing inside. Because this is why you want to learn. You are just collecting these informations, and if you will not organize them, it will be a mess.
I remember when I was the first time I flew to Europe with dogs.
Yeah.
I went to a competition, seminar, another seminar, and like 7 or 8 private lessons with like the top of the top
Yeah,
of the top
different
of the top
people.
of, and everything what I heard in the seminars and in the lessons, I was like writing, and I had like it was like this of papers, and I was writing by pen and paper,
Hmm.
you know, and I came back home after 2 months in Europe, and I started typing everything to my computer, everything, and I realized I have like a mini book
Yeah.
just from these 2 months, like I think it was like 60 or 70 pages, everything I learned in these 2 months. And after that, every time I had a seminar, every time I had like a lesson with someone, whether it's an online lesson or anything at all, someone is doing a judging course, or I was just like taking, writing, and going back to my note. Okay, I have to put more, I have to put more, I have to
Yeah.
put more, because I wanted that all this information will never be lost.
Yes.
And now I have it. Now, if now my students need to know something, I'm like, just a moment. Pam,
Yes.
pam, pam, tika, 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 tam. Yes, here it is. This is the information you've been looking for.
Yeah.
How to make higher motivation with music. Here it is. How to remove the toy. Here it is.
And after 10 years, you will release your ebook, and it will be literally what you are writing since 10 years.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's good.
Something like that. No, but it's like, it's crazy because a person has a choice.
Hmm.
We always have a choice. And I like to say it in my seminar, and I say it all the time, that we are 100% responsible to ourselves, to our dogs, to our reactions, and to our actions. But we have zero control over what will happen.
Hmm. That's true.
Zero control what will happen. 100% control and responsibility to what we are doing and how we are behaving and how we are taking care of the situation and our dogs. And a person has a choice. He can decide that I try to teach my dog to sit doing this and it didn't work, so my dog is stupid.
Of course.
Or he will say, I tried to teach my dog sit doing this and it didn't work. I wonder what else I could try to help my dog understand, so that he can be happy and I will be happy, because the dog wants to get the reward.
Of course.
The dog wants it. You put a dog, you show a steak, he wants that steak. He is not doing on purpose. He is not.
He's not mean.
Really?
He's not rude.
He's not evil. He's not mean. He's not doing on purpose.
And if
He
he
just
doesn't
wants-
want the reward, it's not a reward.
Yes. And if he doesn't want something that all the other dogs want, it could be about communication.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we're getting frustrated so often as humans in the training. I mean, imagine how many times you've seen someone, on the worst case, shouting, hitting the dog. On the better case, this dog doesn't want to work with me. Getting like just frustrated by himself, not getting it out on the dog, but just adding frustration. You don't need to get frustrated in training.
Of course.
If you learn that it's dynamic and some days are better, some days are not as good, and that it's okay and it's normal,
I think
why will you get frustrated?
this is the beauty of dog training, that you actually train yourself how to control your emotions
and how to become a better person.
and how to be more empathic and understanding and patient and careful, and how to listen, how to observe. This is like, we are laughing about border collies to be so sensitive for surrounding us like environment, but we are doing the same during dog training.
Yeah.
People, I think this is another thing that people really struggle with learning. They see only small piece of puzzle, but they are surrounded with puzzles. But they just look at this small one and they are so obsessed with it. They look at it.
I need my dog to raise the paw.
Yeah.
The dog doesn't know duration. The dog doesn't know how to stay concentrated.
Yeah.
The dog
doesn't
but
like to be
I
touched.
need him to raise the paw.
Yeah.
No, read the situation, read the room, bro.
Mhm.
But I think it's even more than that. I honestly think it's even more than that, because our dogs, they are just dogs. it's as simple as that, like mind-blowing.
Yes.
Super simple, but mind-blowing.
But I know.
Yesterday we went for a walk.
Yeah.
I saw this beautiful gate in the forest. I wanted to dance with rhythm. We play the music.
Yeah.
You start to film us. Then Ox went through. Then Rhythm looked at him. Then Ru went like,
And
I'm a
Rhythm was like,
what the fuck?
"Ka-ching!"
I'm running there. My reaction, what just happened? And laughing,
Yeah.
laughing,
He chose his bros over his mama.
You know, it happens. Every teenager eventually would like to be with his friends and not with mom. You know?
It was
But,
amazing.
you know, I know so many people that if this will happen to them,
They would be so.
they would be pissed off.
Mhm.
They would, where's the nearest shop to buy an e-collar? I need to electrify this dog, you know?
When he comes back, they would scream at it.
Yeah, like for me, it was just like,
I was not expecting that.
you know, it's like, and it's such a genuine reaction. And this is, you know, this is for me the perfect example of like having an honest relationship with your dog. Not everything happens the way you want it to happen,
Of course.
but just because it doesn't, does it mean I should make my dog feel bad about it?
Yeah, or should I call him stupid or treat him as if he's stupid or prove him that he's stupid? I always, not always, but one of the most common questions I receive on the seminars is how to teach my dog to jump to frisbee on a distance. Okay, so person needs to first tell me why he needs these jumps. Like what do we need
He
it
wants
for?
the perfect toss and fetch.
But some of, like, many of them don't even know what to say. They don't know why they want this dog to jump.
Just because it was told that the dog should
The
jump.
dog should jump. So I say, do you plan to be a European toss and fetch champion? Oh, no, we don't do that. Okay, so for what?
I just want him to jump.
I just want him to jump because it looks fun. Okay, so this is not enough motivation for me to teach your dog behavior that is not natural for him. Is he hurting himself while he's not jumping? No, he's just waiting on the ground and then catches it. Okay, so you can do
So you have a
Darby,
thinking dog.
toss and like a time trial. You can do this and this. Sometimes they tell me they want to compete in toss and fetch. I understand this is a good motivation because you need jumps to be successful. So people think that jumping is natural behavior for a dog, and for many dogs it might be a natural behavior. When they run in the forest, they see the tree, they will jump. But many dogs will crawl under. They will not jump. They will stop. They will go around. So
also, there are dogs that will just stare on the tree
yes,
and don't know what to do with it.
So is this even natural for a dog to chase plastic and then decide to catch it in the air? No, this is super difficult physical thing to do, and you need a lot of braveness, a lot of self-confidence, a lot of athleticism and body awareness, everything. You need a lot of skills. So I always ask people, can you do a handstand in front of me right now? No way. But you have two legs and two hands. So what are you missing to perform a handstand? Everything, I guess. So, but in general, are we that different from people who can do handstand? We have two legs, two hands. We can think, we can move our hands. We should be all able to do handstand, maybe even push-ups from handstand. Why not? So if you think about it this way, you would put yourself in the place of a dog. Suddenly it's different. No, I first have to go to the gym and build some muscles. Okay, what else? I have to have some body awareness. I'm afraid that I will break my neck. Okay, so maybe
confidence, balance.
So first maybe you can stand on your head in front of the wall, so you will start catching balance. Okay. So maybe later, maybe you can do it next to the wall and I will hold you, so you will get used to the position. Okay. So maybe it will be 1 year till you will learn how to do a handstand without any help.
Yeah.
And it will be only for 1 second. You will be so proud of yourself that you made 1 second handstand without a wall, without the trainer.
But when your dog does a sit pretty for 1 second, you're
You
like,
are-
why it's only 1 second? It's
You
not
deserve
good.
one
You don't even
treat.
deserve the treat.
Good boy.
And you know, imagine the amount of people that will tell their dog, no, that's not what I wanted. And if you go back to your example on the handstand,
You are so proud of yourself. You will cut this video and tell them, look, 1 second. Whoa, It took me 1 year to do 1 second handstand without any help. And maybe after a week you will do 5 seconds, because if you feel confident with something, the process like goes faster.
But what if your trainer who is teaching you to do the handstand will shout at you and tell you, no, this is not enough?
Or I will ask even better question. What if he will tell you that you should do at least 10 and you will fall and injure yourself while doing that? Will you feel self-confident to try again? No, you will avoid this. You will maybe make
Maybe
a
even
break,
avoid the trainer.
avoid the trainer, or you will just stop doing this, or you will ask for changing the trick. You will think about the fall all the time. Everyone who is doing gymnastics knows this feeling. When you fall on your head and you're like, I almost died. I don't want to do it
I'm
again.
never doing
No,
it
I have
again.
to do it again. No, I never do it again. Can you help me, please? Can you help me? No, you have to do it alone. No,
And all the
please.
mattresses in the world
Yes.
will not make you feel safer.
No.
It doesn't matter, even if it's like a bunch of
Yes.
mattresses, you're like, I will die.
Yes. You will remember this moment of falling
Yeah.
and doubting yourself. So why do we not look at the dog with amazed, like, and be amazed when they are really actually trying again?
For me, I really like your example about the handstand, because I think it's the best example that you can give about what happens when you are not able to do something and someone is telling you, you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't, but you have to, but I can't, but you have to. Except the only thing is that the difference with our dogs, they are not able to tell us
To talk.
this word, I
Mhm.
can't. They are trying to show us. They are trying to show us by, sniffing. They are trying to show us by barking. They are trying
Licking
to
their
show us
lips.
licking the lips, yawning,
Walking away.
just
Barking.
moving the head. They are trying to show us in any way possible, by trying even different tricks. They are trying to show us either they can't do it,
Mhm.
or they don't understand how to do it. But anyway, what they are telling is, I am not ready for what you are
Yeah.
asking.
Something is wrong.
So why are we forcing them? Why when a person sees that his dog is telling him I can, he takes it personally and says, but I told you, so you have to.
And you did it once,
So you
so
have
we
to do it
both
again.
know you can.
But you did a handstand and you fell. Of course you did it once, but you don't want to try it again. The problem is that, again, I will say the worst case and the best case in the problem. The worst case is that I will decide anyway to put this move into my routine. Like, my dog is telling me in training, I will not do it, I will not do it, I will not do it, I will not do it. And then in my routine, are you surprised really that he's not doing it? This is the worst.
Yeah.
But in the best scenario, we have a person asking his dog to do something. The dog doesn't want to do it, and the person doesn't understand why the dog is showing stress signal. Because if you were angry at your dog for not doing something in training and for not being able to do something in training,
It was a mattress.
if you're angry on your dog in the training, when you ask for the same thing what you were angry for in the competition or in the performance or the demo, your dog will show the stress signals.
Of course.
A dog who is being shouted at, not like to lie down as soon as he's not able to catch a frisbee, will lie down and punish himself.
Yes,
in
dogs
a
are
competition.
amazing. Listen, dogs are so amazing. They will punish themselves first to avoid stronger punishment.
Yeah.
This is amazing. That's why I can't understand why in 2025
People are still using punishments.
they are still punishing for bad repetition, because in general, maybe in dog dancing it is more detailed, but in dog frisbee, basically dogs know that we ask them to catch frisbee.
Really?
They are not that dumb,
What?
They enjoy catching it. They try to chase it and catch it. So if they don't succeed, they know that something went wrong. They like to catch. So if we teach them that only success gives them, let's say, reward, but not always, just the continuation of an exercise most of the time, and dog knows that if he will be unsuccessful, he will be punished, does it make him more motivated to catch? Does it give him tools how to catch better, or it raises stress, like its dog starts to be nervous, is afraid of trying because he knows he's not good at it? No, he will fix it. He will fix it when he's punished. I'm sure about that. He will avoid punishment to be better,
Yes, this is what will happen.
to deserve the reward.
It's just that we have to remember that dogs have the way of learning, and yes, punishment is a tool in the learning process of the brain. But you have the positive punishment and you have the negative punishment. And you know what I will always remember from my dog training certification when I was learning about the rewarding and punishment system? Because this is the point where I was missing 1 point from 100 in the score.
Yeah.
The punishment, in the positive punishment, has to be so strong that the dog will never repeat that behavior again. And if it is not strong enough, you will just have to keep punishing, and every time you will have to punish stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. This is the way with the positive punishment. This is the problem. And with the negative punishment, I like it so much better, because if your dog is barking at you and you don't want him to bark at you, instead of going into a conflict with him and telling him, no, don't bark, don't do this, don't lie down, bah, 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 you just walk away from the dog. You tell him, you know what, this is the type of communication that I'm not enjoying. I would like to go now. And you're not going into a conflict, you're not doing anything. But if now you will tell your dog, don't bark, you punished him, right? The next time he
Or
will
he
bark,
will scream again.
he will bark and you will have to shout stronger. And he will bark again and you will have to shout stronger. And he will bark again, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. And if we're training dogs, whether for behavior or for sport, because we love dogs and we would like to have a deep connection with them, why
Do you want to scream at your dog?
do you enjoy it? Do you have fun making your dog, like, do you, I don't, like, maybe it's about ego for some people, that they just feel stronger if they are able to tell the dog, shut up.
There is an idea that maybe people who enjoy that are just feeling some emptiness in their character, like they need to control something or feel stronger
They need to be
over
the
someone,
alpha.
or yeah.
But you know that even the person who created the alpha theory came back and said it was wrong.
But it makes sense even if you think about need of taking care of something. Some people, of course it's a bad example, but I'm aware of that. Some people will have baby.
Yes.
But for some people, having animals is completely enough to feel this part of the personality, to satisfy it. And this is something that can also go to the wrong directions and healthy directions.
Yeah.
And I can imagine that some people might actually enjoy controlling animal and forcing it to do something because they enjoy being stronger above something, or you know what I mean. I don't think that this behavior is based on anything positive, and I don't believe that a lot of people are thinking like that. Some people will, but I believe that in general, if you feel that you want to do something that makes your dog happy, you would like to avoid him feeling bad about you and about this activity.
Yeah. You want the dog to look at you with these puppy eyes and tell you, what are we going to do today together? Like, this is the look that you want to have from your dog. But also, it goes on the other way. When you are not setting any boundary with your dog, when your dog just does whatever he wants to do, and you're like watching him bite a person, and you're like, oh, he's so sweet, look how he's playing with that person. This is also unhealthy for the dog. It will also not help him, not in dog sport, not in life, because if now you are playing frisbee and your dog is chewing on the disc, 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 obviously it will hurt your game.
Of course.
So you need to find a balanced way between, oh, look how cute he is when he's chewing on the disc, and don't chew the disc. Like
Yeah.
there's a middle point and balance that you have to find as a trainer, and it's a
So yeah.
different point with every dog, because every dog is different and every human is different.
So people always think that, let's say, too many rules is taking away the personality of a dog. And if you look at the wild group of wolves, let's say, they don't feel bad about having some codex, about having some rules in a group. What is stressful for dogs is when rules are changing over and over.
Yes.
So one time he is chewing a disc
And
I don't give a damn, but 2 seconds later I explode. Once I tell my dog signal to hand me a disc and I want him to give it to me, but second time I tell the same signal to hand me a disc and I tag with him. So next time he will choose the behavior he wants more. He would like to tag. And I will scream at him because he's not giving me the disc. Are we stupid or what? We are asking.
It's like you will drive the car and I will tell you to turn right and you will turn right and I will say yes, and then I will tell you to turn left, and like I will turn right, but I will mean that you'll turn left.
Yeah, it was
It's
my right, not your
clear.
right.
It's just not clear. And
Yeah.
obviously the mistakes that are happening because of wrong communication, unclear communication, or poor learning process, expecting the dog to know something. The dog doesn't know anything. He understands a situation. If you teach your dog to spin at home, it doesn't mean he can spin at the park. If you teach your dog to bring a ball, it doesn't mean he can bring a frisbee.
Of course.
If you teach your dog that he can walk on the leash with the harness, it doesn't mean that he can walk on the leash with the collar.
Yeah.
You have to always come out of assumption that your dog doesn't know anything.
And he will not understand what you say until you will not give the meaning to the word. So first you create the tools that you use later to create steps. And then you think where you want to go with these steps. Or maybe you will never reach your goal. Let's say someone tells me, I want to become world champion. First I say good luck. Second I say there is a one world champion for a year, because there is only one world champion.
What year do you want to be world champion?
When? And if you really work very hard, it's possible that you will never be a world champion. But maybe this is not the goal, because if you can't enjoy the process, the journey, you will not be satisfied even if you will reach the goal. But if you will be satisfied with the journey, maybe goal will change in a moment. Maybe it will not be important anymore after all.
Maybe you don't need to be a world champion. Maybe you just need to have fun with your dog.
Yeah.
Maybe people actually are able to win competitions or get, high results. I will not speak about competitions, but in general, maybe the ones that you watch that are looking so good are looking that good because they're genuinely having fun together with the dog. Maybe the ones that you choose to admire and be inspired by are even unknowingly inspiring you just because you can see on them
the passion, the love,
a real bond with the dog. It's not about winning a competition, it's not about having a title, it's not about teaching a trick. It's about connecting with your best friend, because if we're doing it for any other reason rather than connecting with your best friend, don't do it.
And there might be a player who will be successful in not being happy with working with a dog. Like he will think about it just as a way to grow ego or just to be famous or stuff like that. But this is not something I would like to feel. And they will never be successful. Like they will never be happy with their accomplishment. They will never be truly proud of themselves. I think it's not something that I want to feel. I don't mind not being, I don't know, world champion, because I am enjoying working with my dog. I can't wait to see my dog on the field and see this spark in their eyes, the second before the music starts, you just look at your dog and he is like, tell me what is the next step. Tell me.
I love that. You always have to remember the why. Why are you doing what you're doing? To make your dog happy, to give him what he needs.
And what it gives you, like what do you feel when you work with your dog? What you want to feel when you work with your dog?
Full.
Full.
Just, there's a moment for me when I'm doing dog dance, even when I'm doing frisbee, even I'm not doing frisbee seriously. My
Listen,
frisbee.
listen. I was preparing for sheep herding competition. I can relate,
But there's a moment when you look deep to your dog's eyes
Mm-hmm.
before you start, the second before the music starts.
Mm.
You raise your hand to start the music, you look at your dog, and there is something magical happening in that moment, like a true connection, something that is, I like to say, it's like it's me and my dog against the world,
Mm-hmm.
like it's us against the
Your
world.
bubble.
Yeah, and I think this is the moment that we should be doing it for. Like, I think for every person who is doing dog sport, who ever experienced that moment, like for me, it's an addicting feeling.
Yes.
I honestly think that if this feeling wasn't happening, I wouldn't get so involved into dog sport the way that I am. Because for me, it was like, I need to feel this. Luckily for me, I feel it also just in training, even at home,
Mm-hmm.
just like taking my dog out on a walk, doing something,
Yeah.
and like I feel this feeling. But I think this is the why for me. Why am I doing it? Because I want
Mm-hmm.
this feeling with my dog.
I have a very unique perspective because I experienced the opposite thing in a sport that I was training. I was training flyball for, let's say, over 14 years or 13. 13, I think. And I really loved it. It was completely different because it's a sport where you have team, few dogs, leader, like coach. And when I stopped competing, I remember it very well. It was European Championships. We were entering the ring to fight for second place or third place, I don't remember, on European Championships. And I felt nothing.
You don't care.
I don't care. I
You
did my
can
job.
win, you can lose,
I
you don't
was
care.
I was okay that I was like having my dog on the ring. I was rewarding him. I was happy that he was running in a good way, but it was for me completely like I don't care if we are second or third. I was not stressed even, and I left the ring. I went with my West for a walk, and I was like, waste of time. I don't feel anything. I have to stop. It's not something that gives me joy anymore. It was difficult to quit for many reasons, but it was very emotional moment for me because this is something that completely changes your perspective. If you have only small amount of time with this dog, you should spend it on something that you both enjoy and that you are proud of your dog. You can grow, you can be happy with your successes, you can learn from your lower successes or something that was not
Enjoy the
working.
way, enjoy the
Like,
road.
after all, if you will lose a dog that could live with you longer, you will regret every moment you said, not today, or you're not good enough, or I don't want to compete with you because you are not ready. Maybe there will be no tomorrow. Maybe you will have only 2 years left. You don't know. Maybe you will say, no, I don't want to go on this competition because we will not win. We are not good enough. And next year you will not go for other reasons. Maybe your dog will be sick, or he will not be able to walk anymore, or you will
Or
change
you
your
will be
life
sick.
completely.
Or
Yes, you will break your leg and you can't do what you wanted to do. Life is short like in general, but for us it might be just another dog, but for him it's his own life, and his life is shorter, and we don't know how long we can do something with them. So do you really want to spend training on expectations and screaming at your dog and not giving him this 5 treats instead of one for handshake? Like, I mean, why do we care that much?
Just have fun.
Yes.
Just have fun. Like, look at your dog and tell him, what can I do for you today so that you will have the best day ever? And do it every single day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go train our dogs.
Yes. Yes.
Now. No, really, I'm really happy that we get to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know how much I love your point of view and how much I love just talking to you about this type of things.
I know.
And
I
I thought
think
it's about time.
we've been through a lot, and we still don't know that much.
Yeah.
We still learn, but we already know what is
we don't want
the
to
goal, and we know what we don't want to experience ever again.
Yeah, we know how we want to look at our dogs.
Mm-hmm.
We know how we want our dogs to look at us.
And we know how, like, we know what we want to think about ourselves too.
Thank you, Anya.
Thank you, Ron. I almost
Done.
cried.